Happy Cancer full moon, my friends. Today we have our first full moon of 2022 coming to us in the beautiful, nurturing, intuitive, creative sign of Cancer. Cancer is opposite Capricorn in the sky, where the sun currently is. Full moons are a time of opposition, where we bring two seemingly opposing parts of us into balance. And Cancer rules our inner world values and goals, where Capricorn rules our outer world goals and values. So our career and who we want to be in our career, who we're becoming in our career and public life and status versus our home life and our home values and who we are in our family and chosen family. So this full moon is really asking us to bring our awareness to that balance in our life. How is that balance feeling in your life? This is a time where we are invited to release what just needs to be released now so that we can make that balance feel really aligned. This is our first opportunity of release of the year as our first full moon of the year. And we've just moved through almost the entirety of Capricorn season right now. We're moving into Aquarius season in about 2 days. So we've just moved through 3 weeks of this very goal-oriented sort of new year, new me energy. And now this full moon in Cancer is really kind of asking us to make time and space for our feelings. Like, how do we actually feel about everything that's just happened over these last 3 weeks? How do we actually feel about our New Year's intentions and how they're moving forward at this point? There's so much creative power to this lunation. It's forming a trine to Neptune in Pisces, which is activating our intuition, activating our third eye and getting us aware of new parts of our dream and new possibilities, a very dreamy energy. And the sun is also opposite the sky, directly, almost conjunct Pluto, which is the planet of transformation, the inner world. If we are willing to hold space for our deepest truths, then we can really make some magic with those. All right, so we have death, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the High Priestess. It is a day to be inward, to honor your boundaries enough that you can hear your true voice and feel into your true vision. Really feel into it, removing the feelings from the images and the words and the thoughts, and really being in that inner world dreamy space today. That is what the High Priestess is asking us to do and make time for. There is a definite opportunity for release that's coming in here with this full moon. The Seven of Swords highlights ideas. It highlights ways that we are thinking of ourselves, maybe shoulding ourselves, maybe getting in our own way, maybe trying to be something or approach something that we want, maybe anything at all, in a way that just isn't totally authentic. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Right now, that's a question to ask yourself. That's a question to ask ourselves when the Seven of Swords comes up, because it asks us to bring our awareness to any area of our life where we are trying to fit ourselves into something, some role that we're occupying, some relationship maybe that we're in, or just something that we're doing that doesn't feel quite like ours. Don't forget how creative your entire life is. There is no such thing as right or wrong, really. There's only your right or wrong at the end of the day. You don't need to be anyone that you are not. Where are you feeling a little more drained than you ideally would be? Like, where are you feeling more actively involved in your thinking at the expense of your inner truth and your inner world desires? Like, the High Priestess is this massive energy of power, like enormous intuitive strength and power and wisdom that no one else can teach them, but their experience and their connection to their intuition and their connection to their soul and their rituals and their practices and their creative life. We are in our power most when we are being ourselves. So what needs to be let go of in your life so you can really be in your power, so you can be your truest self, your most effortless self? This is a time of release, a time of letting go, and death, transformation, rebirth really asks us to let go of a whole other version of ourself, a whole other version of ourself. Maybe the version of ourself that was playing small, trying to continue doing something that it's just time to stop doing. Maybe a certain way of clinging to a certain identity or clinging to a certain way of moving around your world. Death is major transformation. This full moon is very illuminating, perhaps. The sun is conjunct Pluto right now. Allow truths to reveal themselves. And don't think so hard about this. Like, what is your reality just asking for right now? You do know. You are so deeply wise and intuitive and smart. You can trust yourself, and you don't need to be anyone else. Really powerful to see death come in here. This is not a process that you can just breeze through. What you are trying to create right now, who you are becoming in yourself right now, this is not something that you can rush. This is not something that you can think about in a calculated way. This is not something that you can take anyone else's plan or map for and try and stick yourself into it. You are becoming this beautiful new 2022 version of yourself, blossoming into the butterfly that you are meant to be after the work of 2021, after the work of 2020 and 2021. Now you are ready to blossom, to embrace that messy, creative, vulnerable feeling process of becoming the butterfly. We move through the energy of the hanged man, that cocoon phase, so that we can move into the energy of death, which is, really becoming that new version of ourselves, the essence of pure creativity. Just go easy on yourself, go easy on yourself today. It can be really exhausting to be in the energy of the Seven of Swords sometimes. We feel like we need to be something that we are not. Who said? What version of you? What other person? The High Priestess. You are the High Priestess of your life. And literally the most productive thing that you can do today is make time and space to honor yourself and your knowing and your dreams. Because from that place can only arise your plan, your next steps. The Hanged Man. So make today a time where you step back from your life and seek a new perspective. In stillness, in slowness, clarity finds us. Enlightenment finds us. We can see what our world needs from us, what exactly our world needs from us. You cannot rush this process. So be gentle with yourself as you are blossoming into your best, baddest 2022 you. Cancer and Capricorn are all about that axis of outer world and inner world goals. Both of these signs are so deeply ambitious in their different ways. Think about how ambitious a crab is when it scuttles around the sand. We're really bringing those two into balance today. How are we moving around our outer world, and how are we moving around our inner worlds? Like, what are we prioritizing in each? How are we feeling about each? This full moon kind of reminds us that our outer world manifestations are only as strong and long-lasting as, you know, our inner world is, as a quality of our inner world, the quality of the dream and the inner scaffolding that we have of knowing deeply in our fucking souls that we are this person. We are this person who has that amount of money in the bank and can use it confidently, can hold on to it confidently and move it confidently, right? That know that we are that person in that relationship that we know that we deserve, that life that we deserve. Our outer world manifestations can only be as real as we know that we are that person. This full moon could really bring some beautiful magic. I like this one for magic and manifestation and ritual and things like that. Charging crystals and things like that. Venus is retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, helping us to review, go over our relationship to relationships, our relationship to our values, our truest wants and needs. Really going over the plan, not just from this last 3 weeks, but maybe even beyond that. Let's pull an oracle card here. And Mercury is, of course, retrograde still in Aquarius, where the sun will very soon be. And in just about 2 days, we have the lunar nodes switching signs. This is a major shift, like a whole new direction of the wind blowing us in a new direction, like setting our sails and our ships in a whole new direction. Big time for getting clarity and not meddling too much with what is, with the universe's plan for us, with what just is a yes and what just is a no. Just let that be kind of revealed to you today. Well, if you can have one little intuitive hit, this is kind of what it's time for me to be focused on right now, or this is kind of what it's time to just put on the back burner right now, or this is kind of actually what I want right now. That is fucking a triumph. Keep it simple. Family. This beautiful full moon coming in here on our Cancer full moon, our first full moon of 2022. Let's read the wisdom message for this. Sometimes you feel as though nobody listens, let alone understands you. Family members are often too busy to appreciate you, and even though you feel surrounded by people, you can feel isolated. In a family, everyone has their own individual personality, and it's sometimes hard to gel or agree. A clash is normal in any family. Before you were born, you chose your parents who were your parents to be, as well as any siblings. This was to ensure that you had the necessary learning experience, whether negative or positive, that you needed to grow and develop into the person that you came here to be. In fact, your family is your greatest teacher of all. Your family is your greatest teacher of all. What does that mean for you right now at this Cancer full moon? What are you learning from your family, from your roots, from your relationship to your home and how you're feeling about your home, how you're moving around your home, what you're wanting for your own family prospects, your own home goals and things like that? What are you learning about that? Rather than rush to come up with any clear, specific answers or actionables, just consider that question. What am I learning? What am I learning right now? I'm going to pull another oracle card because that was really on point. And I think I have to work with this earth magic oracle deck. Let's pull a card from this one and see what comes up. Okay, ancestors, generations. If you have watched my videos before, you will know that this is the only card that I ever pull from this, and how appropriate for a Cancer full moon as well. So let's read the wisdom message for this one. Ancestors, no, we will skip ahead to, you have within you the blood of your ancestors. You are deeply connected to your lineage. You're the most immediate proof being the physical resemblance you have to your mother and father and perhaps even your grandparents. Yet beyond that, although unknown to your usual senses, you are connected to an ancestry that reaches back through millennia. This is the time to call upon those ancestors, those who are of your bloodline, as well as those ancient ones who have walked the land that you now walk. In many indigenous cultures, it is believed that the essence of your ancestors inhabits many of the physical aspects of the land. In other words, they are in the trees, the water, the air, the animals, the stones, their blood being in the very dirt and sand that you tread upon. Next time you are outside, allow your senses to open up to the ancestors who abide in the physical world. And anytime at all, allow your heart to open to those spirits to whom you are related through your heredity and to those who you are connected to by virtue of the land upon which you live. Wow. A lot of connecting with our roots coming in today. A lot of connecting with our ancestors. A lot of remembering that in many ways our ancestors are all around us, and family is a big term, you know? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? Family. I'm wishing you a magical full moon in Cancer. If you would like to work with me, I'm offering one-off hypnosis sessions for the month of January, replays included, and prep work and homework assignments and materials included as well if you are new to hypnosis, to help you just really make the most of your session. So check those out if you feel called. I would love to work with you. I'm really, really loving doing hypnosis right now. And I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm wishing you a magical first full moon of 2022.